In this video, I'm going to show you this 3D technique that I learned while I was breaking down this reel edit. And I've been doing that in the previous two videos that I put out. So in this one, it's going to be all 3D. Usually people just go over to Blender or they download some asset from some other website if they want a 3D object. But in this one, you can understand the concept of using 3D objects, for example, this building that I'm going to be showing you how to create in this video, along with all the floors. So it's going to be literally breaking down the building into floors and then, animating them. So if that's something that you're up for, make sure to watch the video till the end because this is going to be quite the learning experience. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started.
So here we are in DaVinci Resolve, and for this, let's go ahead and drag in our Fusion composition on the timeline. Right click, open in Fusion page, and from here, let's go ahead and drag in this shape, 3D shape or shape 3D, and then let's add in this merge 3D and then press Control space and search for render 3D. Now we can connect this with the media out, and right now this is how it looks, but we need to make some adjustments in the shape. But we're not going to focus on this panel right now. Let's go ahead and select the merge 3D one and press 1 on the keyboard, and we're going to see this from right here. Now let's go over to the shape, and from here we're going to change the shape from plane to cube. And now let's unselect the lock width and height, and for this we're going to change the settings for the width, height and depth. So for the width we're going to change this to 0.4, for the height we're going to change this to 0.2, and for the depth we're going to change this to 0.15. And now let's go over to the transform, and from here let's change the Y to minus 0.4, and let's go over to the rotation Y and change this to 45. So here you will notice this is how it looks, and even right here you can see this is how it looks. So this is going to be the base that we're going to build upon the other floors of this building as well. All we need to do is just make this basic block with the windows and such, and then we're just going to duplicate them, or you can say copy and paste them. So for now we need to make the windows, and for that we can just drag in this shape tool again, or the shape 3D, and connect this with the merge 3D one. And I'm just going to press F2 on the keyboard to rename this to window 1. Okay, so for this one we can just keep this at plain, but first of all let's go ahead and change the color to black, and in the controls unselect the lock width and height and then change the width and the height as well. But we need to go over to the transform first, and let's go ahead and change the Y in the rotation to 45, like this. And now let's go over to the controls again, and let's reduce this and go back to the transform, and using the Y we can now position this. Now you can do this from here as well. So as you can see, you can use these controls to move this out on the front, and even this one to move this down. So you can see from both the previews or both the panels. So right now we also need to change the width and the height a little more. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to actually go to this one so that I can see what's exactly happening. So for the width, let's go ahead, keep this at, let's say 0.1, and the height, let's reduce this. Okay, so for the width, let's go with 0.05, and for the height, let's go with 0.1. All right, and now while you have this window selected, you can go over to this panel right here, and then using the guide right here, you can just position it somewhere around here. Now we need to create another one, so you can just press Ctrl C to copy this and then unselect and press Ctrl V to paste it. Let's call this window 2. Connect this with the merge, and now we can just simply use this right here to move this around. So we have these two windows, but we do need another one. Now let's go ahead and select this again, Control. Now you can paste this again, Control V, and call this window 3. Connect this right here, and then again, let's move this right here. And we're going to do this one more time. Let's call this window 4 and connect this. So here we have these 4 windows, but we do need one more window. Let me first of all position this right here. All right, so here you can see this is how the windows look. All right, and one final window we're going to add in right here. Let's call this the window 5, connect this right here, bring this to this side. And this time we need to rotate this. So what we can do is go over to the transform. We can change the Y rotation. And by the way, you can press Control and Shift on the keyboard and use your mouse scroll wheel so that you will be able to change this. So this is how it looks. Actually, at minus 45, I think this will look good. So make sure you go with minus 45 in the Y rotation. And here you have it. All right, so we have the basic shape done. Now what we need to do is we can just duplicate this. But for that, you can select all of these and press Control C to copy all the nodes, and then go right here, press Control V, make sure nothing was selected. And right here, what now we can do is just simply select all of these and then right click and then click on group, or you can also press Control G. So now we have this in a group form. Now while you have this Merge 3D one selected, let's go ahead and add in another Merge 3D node. And now we can just connect this group with this Merge 3D. But one better way to do that is that make sure that this is selected first and then press Control Space and search for Transform 3D. So make sure you also add this Transform 3D. Let's connect the group with the Transform 3D and the Transform 3D with the Merge. And now if you go over to the Transform 3D and change the Y, now you will be able to get the second floor of the building. Now before we go ahead, let's go ahead and add a lighting to our scene. So press Control Space and search for Spotlight. So go ahead and search for Spotlight and click on Add. And let's go ahead, connect this with the Merge 3D 2. And over here, you will see that this is our spotlight, and we can just move this back, but you will notice nothing will happen. So we need to go over to the Render 3D and click on Enable Lighting and Shadows. Now let's go back to the spotlight, and if we move this back, now you will notice this is how it looks. And also, of course, you can go over to the transform and use the Z to move this around as well. That's up to you. So now we have the first 2 floors done. We're also going to add 2 more floors. So for that, you can just simply copy this group, Control C. Actually, you can copy these 2 now. Press Control C, unselect, and then Control V, paste. And then let's go ahead and move this right here. Connect this right here. And let's move this up. And then once again, Control V, and then connect this right here. Then go over to the Transform 3D and then move this up. So here you can see we have our building done. Now we can start the animation as well. So for this one, what we can do is we can go ahead and move these blocks up and then remove one block from here, and then the block above will come down. So this is basically inspired by the video that we initially had in the series going on, as you might have already seen those videos. So right now, this is the inspiration for these videos right here. So this is something that I'm looking for. We're just going to break this building into pieces, and then we're going to remove this piece right here, just like this, and then this building will come down. So that's what we're trying to achieve here. So let's go back to our composition. And now what we can do is go over to this Transform 3D. And actually, you will also notice that we had some animation going on. So for that, we can go over to the Merge, go over to the Transform, and let's go over to, let's say, 30, or you can even go at 20. Create a keyframe at X, and then go over to 0. And now let's move this out of the screen. So now we're going to select this block, which is at the top right here. So just select the Transform 3D for this. And now we're going to start animating. So let's select this. Let's go over at 20 frames. Let's go ahead and create a keyframe at Y for both of these, because we're going to move these 2 buildings up, or you can say the blocks up. And for that, let's go over at 40 and move the Y up like this for both of these. So something like this. All right. And now in this one, let's go over to this one and go over to 20 frames. And now let's go over at rotation and create a keyframe at X and Y, and do the same thing for this one as well, X and Y. Now let's go over to the first one, the one above it, and let's go ahead and make some changes. So at 40 frames, we're going to change the X to -5 and the Y to 4.7, something like this. Here you will notice this is how it looks. And now for this one, let's go over at 40 frames and change the X to -15 and the Y to -10. So something like this. And actually, let me just go over at 40 and I'm going to bring this a little bit down, something like this. And if you play this is how it looks. Okay, so we're going to keep this up till 70. Select this one, which is this middle one, or you can say the second one. This is the first one, this is the second one. So we can remove this by, let's go over at 70 frames and make sure this is selected. Go over to scale, create a keyframe at 1, and then let's go over at 75 and then change this to 0. So you will see this is how it looks. But right now you will notice that this is going at this side, right, in the above direction, but we don't need that. And for that, we can just go over at Y, create a keyframe, and then add, let's say, right here. Let's just move this right here. Copy the keyframes so that we know, okay, this is where it's ending, and then go right here and then paste this right here. And now we can unselect this. Or we can even go a little further down, something like this. Yep. So this looks much better now. And by the way, you might have noticed that in the preview, we had this going outside by just a blur effect. We will achieve that later on, but right now, this is the way to do it because we cannot directly add any blur or any glow in the 3D. We can do that later on. So right now, you can just remove this or move this outside the screen by just changing the scale. So that's what we need to do. And now once this is done, we can go over to this block, create a keyframe at Y, X, and Y for the rotation as well. All right, so for this one, this first one, we can now bring this down. So for that, let's go ahead, create a keyframe at 75, add both of these. So make sure all these keyframes are done at Y in the translation and the X and Y in the rotation. Now let's go over at 100, and now we can move this down right here. And also we can change this Y to 0 and this X to 0 as well. And now let's go ahead and change the Y so that this matches right here. So this is how the whole thing looks now. And of course, this looks a little slow, but of course you can speed this up. So we can go over at, let's say, 80 or 90. And we can go over to the keyframes, select this one right here for this transform. So you can just click on this transform and this will get highlighted. So let's go ahead, select these from the end. And then actually you can just select this right here from the end and just move this right here at 90. Perfect. So here we have the keyframes done as well. One more thing I would like to do is go over to the spline, and from here we can only select this merge 3D, and in the X offset we can just select the keyframes and hit S. So we can have this nice looking ease in, but of course you can do the same thing for the other keyframes that we created. I'm not going to do that because it's not that needed. So this looks fine. All right. And now once this is done, we can now go right here at, let's say, 100, get a keyframe at X in the translation, and then go all the way to the end and maybe, let's say, move this right here or something. And again, for this one, we can also do ease in, hit S on the keyboard. That's it. All right. So our main animation is done for the 3D. Now let's go back to the timeline. Right click on your composition and click on new compound clip. Hit create, and now we have a new compound clip. Now we can move this up and you can add any background underneath it. So I already have some background right here. So this is just a simple background. All you need to do is just drag in a background and then just create settings like these. You can use a gradient for this. That's it. But of course you can go with any background that you want. Now, once we have this done, and by the way, there is a reason for changing this into a compound clip because we need to add some more effects to it. Like I showed you in the preview, we had this in a blur effect. So we can achieve that by changing this into a compound clip and then right click on open in Fusion page. So now all of this is in this media in, and what we can do is press Control space. First of all, let me just add a glow in. So we can go ahead and add a glow effect like this. Let's change this to 100. And now you will notice it kind of looks like how we had it right here. So we also had a glow effect, as you can see right here. So right here, as you can see, we kind of have the same thing. So now let's go back to the Fusion page. And now what we can do is add in this blur. So right now, if we add in this blur and change this to, let's say, all the way to 100, everything will be selected. But what we can do is, first of all, is drag in this rectangle, connect this with the blur. And in the rectangle mask, we can just reduce the height for this. Something like this. Increase the width. And that's it. Now let's go over to the blur and let's change this to 100. And also let's change the soft edge. All right. So right here where we had this ending at 70 to 75, that's where we're going to add the blur. So right now at 60, I'm going to go over to the blur, create a keyframe and change this to 0. Then right here at 70, I'm going to change this to 100. And then as soon as it goes out of the screen, I'm going to change this, remove this. So make sure that we end right here at 75. The blur size is supposed to be at 0 at 75 before this moves down, because then it's going to affect the whole thing. Okay, so if we play this now, here you can see. By the way, if we just change the playback to quarter, we will be able to see it much better. So here you can see, this is how it looks. So this was it for this video. I hope you found this video useful, and I will see you in the next one.